earthquake recording capabilities. I'm proud to say that Youngstown State University, Department of Geological and Environmental Sciences had a major hand in this. The earthquakes December 24th and December 31st allowed for the determination of earthquake hypocenters at 11,647 feet and 12,073 feet respectively. Interpretation of the seismic data indicates the earthquakes originated along a previously unknown left lateral strike slip fault within the Precambrian basement rocks. And as Dr. Chase was illustrating with faults, you can have them slide back and forth or alongside each other like the San Andreas fault, or another type would be up and down. In the case of this fault, it would be like the San Andreas, where if you were looking across the fault, if you could, it would look like the other side moved to the left. And that's why we call it the left lateral fault. Examination of the well summary records for the North Star number 10 ejection well shows that the well was drilled 204 feet, which is equal to the depth of, 204 feet into the Precambrian basement rocks. The total depth of the well was 9,192 feet. So the bottom of the well is 204 feet into these Precambrian basement rocks. And remember, it's the Precambrian basement rocks where the faults are and structures that at least we know have earthquakes associated with them. Furthermore, the well has 977 feet of open completion that allows for injection into several different geologic formations, including the Precambrian basement rocks. This type of completion, in my opinion, has the potential to force fluids into fractures within the ancient granite rock. Migration of injection fluids along these fractures into the fault located by recent seismic activity is indeed possible. The fluid pressure may act to reduce resisting forces along the fault line, and as a result, trigger the recent earthquakes. Whether or not injection activities of the North Star number 10 well triggered the earthquakes of the past 9 months will likely be argued and litigated for years to come. The real concern moving forward is what measures should be taken in the regulatory and permitting process of Class 2 wells to minimize the possibility of future earthquakes. A cursory review of the ODNR Class 2 injection well database, which is publicly available and anybody can access it, shows 7 additional wells that have the same type of completion, or an open hole completion that extends into the basement rocks. The open hole section of these 7 other wells averages 1,311 feet. 6 of these wells were permitted since 2008. 4 of these wells are located within a 10-mile radius of the North Star number 10 well. It's my opinion that at the very least these wells need to have the Precambrian basement, I'm going to use kind of a crass drilling term, but it needs to have the rat hole at the base of the well cemented. A rat hole is basically an open space at the bottom of the well that enables you to lower the measuring tools into the well below the formation of interest so you can raise them up past it and make measurements. If this rat hole were cemented and effectively sealed off from injection activities, I think the possibility of earthquakes being triggered by injection would be greatly minimized. I also recommend a close examination of open hole completion practice. It's essential to know where injection fluids are being placed within the subsurface. And by this I mean how much of the fluids are going into which formations. Lengthy open hole completions by their design make these determinations difficult. In closing, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources Division of Oil and Gas and its various precursor divisions have done an exemplary job of regulating the Ohio oil and gas industry and providing the oversight necessary for a successful program. As the industry, environmental awareness, and environmental legislation have changed over the years, the ODNR has adjusted its regulations accordingly. They have done this with the interests of the citizens and the environment at heart. I have no doubt that the ODNR will continue its fine work and the necessary adjustments to regulatory procedures as Ohio's oil and gas industry changes, as it has all along. Finally, as Utica shale exploration and production expands in the state of Ohio, the state government must provide ODNR with the additional financial and human resources necessary to guarantee safe drilling, production, disposal, and protection to the environment that all Ohioans deserve and expect. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your testimony. Representative